All right, welcome back to the Brown Balls podcast. Kenil, how you doing, brother?
Good, man. How are you, dude? How
We
are
are
you?
1 week. Yeah, we are 1 week after post NFL. So now we are full NBA season ready. We had the All Star game this past weekend. A lot of stuff happening. Obviously, now the teams are going to start pushing in. Trade deadlines are done, so teams are kind of set, and we got a lot of NBA stuff coming our way. So let's start with the All Star game, man. What did you think?
Yeah, man. 30 games left, right? Going into Wednesday finally, so it'll be good. Oh my gosh. All-Star, All-Star, All-Star. Where do I begin, man? First of all, what the hell was Wemby and Chris Paul doing? I don't know if you saw that, man.
Oh yeah, at the skills competition. Yeah.
It comes out that it's so sad though, dude. Sometimes like the rep kind of follows you wherever you go. People thought that this was Chris Paul's idea that was
hmm
happening. If you missed it, it's basically, skills competition where you go through obstacles. And
hmm
a few of the obstacles was just shooting, like I guess they give you three basketballs, you guys shoot 3-pointer jumpers.
hmm
And the whole thing is either you make it and move on, or either, you shoot 3 times and just then move on. So what Chris Paul and Wemby did was they basically, got the ball and just threw it away. And so they can move on, there's a clock, right? So which was
Like
kind of
they missed all the shots,
on
and then you
purpose.
make a
On
three
purpose, yeah.
pointer,
They
and
just
they
like
kind of
they,
just
they, they
flung
didn't
it
even
up.
attempt it. They just like threw it.
Yeah,
They didn't even attempt the
yeah,
ball, right? Attempt a shot and just threw it away. And so I mean, the crowd was booing. Even the announcers was like, "Oh my gosh, this has to be Chris Paul's idea." They found the cheat
yeah.
code and stuff like that, right? Well, it comes out later because Draymond was interviewed and he said that it was not Chris Paul's idea; it was Wemby's idea.
Really?
And I'm thinking, yeah, because Draymond was in skills competition too, representing Golden
hmm
State. And I guess Wemby was going around like to the refs and other people saying that, like, getting clarification that, hey, so either we make a shot and move on, or either we use that, 3 opportunities and then move on. And they're like, yeah. So he's like, so I can basically just like throw the ball away and run the course.
hmm
And people, I guess he got the answer. It's like, yeah, basically you can do that.
Right.
And so as a young athlete, right? Like why would you even want to think about doing that? Why would you want to take a shortcut? I mean, that says a lot about you as a person than anything. I understand it's friendly, competition, but I
hmm
mean, you're still participating and you're still getting paid for this. You're like a 21-year-old kid, man. Why would you want to take shortcut in life, right? I mean, just do your 3 attempts, or either your first attempt you make it. I mean, he's a good
hmm
shooter. It's not like Mutombo's out there shooting a shot. It's him, he's a good shooter. So why even do that? It's kind of embarrassment, to yourself, and work ethic, right? So I was really disappointed that when Draymond said that it was actually Wemby's idea, because he actually went around. Because Draymond heard him ask a lot of people, "Will that be okay if I do this?" And he
hmm
kind of got the positive answer saying, "Yeah, that's fine." But later on, in the rule book, it says that you have to try to shoot the ball. You can't just throw
Yeah,
the ball. They literally just
yeah.
got the ball and just threw it. That's all they did. So they got disqualified, right?
hmm
I was embarrassed by that. I was embarrassed by Wemby, a future rising star in this league, and finding
Your
shortcuts,
top three
man.
all time.
Huh? Yeah.
Your top three all time. Yeah.
Oh, man, he has all the tools. He's gonna. Like I said, Tapas. If he stays healthy, he will. I mean, injuries you can't predict, right? He can tear ACL
Right.
or Achilles. I mean, obviously he's not gonna be a top 3 then, right? 'Cause if you look at the top 3 players, they never had a major injury except for Kobe towards his down years.
hmm
The first like 15 years, 16 years, they're pure good. They had ticky tack injuries, which is fine. But nothing like catastrophic.
Major. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if he stays healthy, but what's your take on that, man? I mean, I was kind of shocked that Wemby's idea was that, man. I was just like,
Yeah. I mean, like honestly, the skill competition. It's always fun. Like it's not. It's just supposed to be a chill time. You pretty much use that as a way to get and wait to get into or wait for the slam dunk contest, right? So like this competition has always been fun. Just mess around. Before I liked it when they had the big men versus the little men.
yeah,
Like that was fun, right? And it's just like guys playing around. It's not meant to be taken seriously. I think Wemby took the All even the All Star game. He took it very seriously. I think he really wanted to win this
yeah,
for himself. Like my first All Star
yeah.
game, I won skills. So I don't like it. And besides, anytime it's like Chris Paul, Chris Paul loves to bend the rules too. I'm sure it's Wemby's idea for sure. But like, Chris Paul is probably like, yeah, let's just do it. Let's win this for you. Like, let's
Right.
get into it. So I don't like the look of it either. it also kind of encapsulate what the All-Star game is for most players, which is just like it's just a waste of time. It's not even like they have fun with it, but then there's also just a more of like they don't really give a crap about what's happening. They don't really like the history of it, where people actually took it seriously and you saw some cool you saw some cool passes, you saw some cool competition happening. This is just kind of like a mirror image of that.
It's so funny because I feel people love Adam Silver. I don't like him as much as the commissioner of the NBA. I feel that he's more of a pro players and pro NBA. The thing is this, right? In 2006, I was kind of like looking at because I actually like honestly, besides slam dunk contest, I actually look forward to skills competition because I kind of like those kind of obstacles and stuff like that. It's kind of like football when they have Pro Bowl and they have the QBs, right? And they're throwing those, passes when the robots going back and forth, and I love it. It's kind of cool to watch. So I was kind of going through the archive, and back in 2006, right? Can you name me the skills? Well, not name me actually. Let's see if you. Let's see how shocked are you that who participated in this. I'll name you players that participated in skills competition. Okay. Steve Nash in 2006, right? LeBron James, Wayne Wade, Aaron Williams, Jason Kidd. Last but not least, Kobe Bryant, right? Steve Nash was coming off back-to-back winning that skill competition.
Yeah.
So that means he won in 2004 and 5, and he was trying to repeat that. And you have all these big names, participating in skills competition, which is great, for the NBA. So this is where I'm saying Adam has failed as a commissioner because he's such a pro player, and the players failed him because the players don't want to participate in any of this competition, right? I mean, think about it. John Morant, he's not a 30-year-old veteran, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. John Morant is a 22-year-old young boy right there. Young kid, man. 23. Where is he in the skills competition? Isn't he a point guard last time I checked? I mean,
because in the past, like people did skill competition because like LeBron never did a slam dunk contest because like he never wanted to be a part of that.
Yeah.
All right, but like the big names would do skill because it's fun, right? And you go out there and it's competitive as well because you want to beat Steve Nash, you want to beat LeBron. Like they're all there.
Big names were there for skills competition, man. And like in 2006, man, we're just talking about like 14 years ago. 19 years ago or so. 2006 we're talking about. You have the big names going, man. Like, Jason Kidd was older president. He was like 36. And then Kobe was right behind him. And then you have like Steve Nash, who's also old too at the time. He still participated, man. So I'm just saying, like, the players have failed Adam Silver, to be honest with you. Why not have them, And so I think it was an embarrassment. And then again, I do remember a big man was a small. I love that too.
I love that. Because the big men always win. They won. No, like, that's fun to see.
Because that was the time when big mans were actually becoming more of a 3-point shooter. And so they were like, all right, let's do big man versus. So I remember Cat won one year, against the point guards, so it was great.
I think Boogie Cousins was in there too.
Yeah, it was great, And so, see, that's what I'm saying. You got to bring that back, right? And that's what I'm saying. The players are just, failing Adam Silver, to be honest with you. He's so pro player, So that's my take on that, man. It was embarrassment. Where are the big names? Where is Ja Morant? He wants to be known as one of the top players, right? He wants to make the All-Star team. Where is he? There's other point guards I just can't think of on top of my head right now. But where are they, man? That's my thing.
I think it's like the reason why, like, you had the mama mentality where Kobe was like, I don't take vacation with other players. I don't do all these things. We don't hang out afterwards. If you're my teammate, you're my friend. If you're not, then I don't care about you, kind of thing. Whereas now, like, everybody's just so cool with each other. And so there's just no like natural competition to prove themselves to be better than anything else, right? Like before, it was like Kobe would take that person and he would want to prove himself. Same with LeBron, right?
Right.
And now it's just like these players, they don't care to prove to other players because they're all buddies at the end. And Adam Silver just lets it happen, right? Like he doesn't force anything. Like David Stern, when he was there, like you had to do something. Like he was so strict that he was so anti players and more owner oriented, where like he would force situations where you kind of had to participate or do some stuff, and that's just how he was. And not a lot of people were big fans of him. And then Adam Silver is this like nice, like, oh, we're all gonna have fun, guys. You know, you guys will all get you a mass contract, blah 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 blah. But now I think the shift is happening where the owners are like, we don't want Adam Silver. Like even the fans are actually turning against him. It's only the players really that like him right now. I
Exactly.
think fans are also just like, Adam Silver kind of sucks because he's doing all these things and trying to make all these interesting stuff happen. The players don't care because he's empowered them and he's like babied them all this entire time. And even same with the owners. The owners are all saying they want to go to how NFL runs things, right? So
Exactly.
this is just kind of like a microscope of what's the All-Star games has ended up becoming, because that's kind of led into the 3-point I mean not 3-point, yeah, 3-point contest, as well as slam dunk. Like slam dunk was my favorite thing to watch. I would never care about the All-Star game itself. I never was a big fan of it, but I love watching slam dunk because it was so much fun. You
Right.
saw all these cool things, even with Dwight Howard when he was in his prime,
With Nate. Yeah.
he puts a Superman cape on and does all these weird stuff. Like that was so much fun to see. And then slowly now it's just like, who is this player? Like Matt McClung. I know he's like
He's a
good, but
G
he's only
leaguer,
in the
man.
league to dunk. That's all he
He's
is.
not in the league. He's in G League,
He's
you
in
know?
G League, yeah. He's just
I
there
agree
to
with you,
just
man.
dunk.
And then, like you said, like, players were serious, coming into this, the only player who said that he's going to be serious about it, and it's kind of like kind of went back on his word, is Wemby. He was like, I'm coming there, for business, and I'm going to, be in
But
business.
at the end of the game, he looked
No,
like
he
he was
did.
kind
I
of
mean, obviously, in
serious,
the All-Star
yeah.
game, he
But
did, right?
then,
All-Star game, he was serious. He played defense and everything. But, dude, I mean, dude, you are chosen to play in the skills competition. That's still considered an All-Star event, Like, I don't care what like, or not do, like, take it seriously, like, like, I mean, if you're gonna be serious in All-Star game, make skills competition be serious. Why take shortcuts, man? I was so surprised by someone that young, and want to take a shortcut in life, and that kind of just shows how kids are these days, right? Like they're just taking shortcuts in life, right? And so it's like, dude, what are you doing? Come on, man. All you gotta do is just go through the obstacles, and you're good to go.
yeah.
I don't know, man. I was just very disappointed. And yeah, I agree with you, man. Slam dunk contest, I mean, it was good, now they can't even find anyone to even participate, right? They got to bring no-namers. Like, I mean, Mac McClung, we know him because he was a Lakers Summer League player. Also, he's been through G League and NBA a couple of times.
Philly and now Magic. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, these young players, man, like, John Moran, who loves dunking in game, man. He loves dunking over everyone, right? Where are you? Again, I'm not picking on Joe Morant, but like he's the one who wants to dunk on everyone, right? He wants to be flashy and dunk on everybody. Where are you? Like, come on, man. I mean, why don't you, do a slam dunk contest? That'd be great for the league, But nobody wants to do it, man. And then, and then the All-Star format. What the fuck?
Yeah, so talking about that. So I'll be honest, I didn't watch the All-Star game. I saw the highlights of it, and I was not a fan of the format of it at all. It just sounded stupid to me. But I heard it was even worse than it sounded.
To 40 points, 4 different teams, and then I don't know if you heard Draymond's quote during pregame. What he said about the
he hated it.
What this, because there's the All-Stars were divided into 3 different teams. And then the 4th team was going to be whoever wins the Rising Star rookie competition. And in that case, one of the teams won, and so they were able to play in the All-Star game. And Draymond had a strong comment towards that, saying that some people work their ass off to become an All-Star. And you're handing, easy, pathway to these rookies to play in the All-Star event. And that shows there's a reason why LeBron doesn't want to play.
Right.
I mean, we'll get into that too. Why LeBron just said F you to the league. I'm not playing this. Why even give this rookies easy access to All-Star? Before making the All-Star team was like a privilege, man. Like, oh my God, I made the All-Star team. Sunday, Sunday was a main event, like All-Star game, you're going to see best of the best play against each other, right? And now you have these rookies, 7 rookies making it automatically bid like into the All-Star event, man. I mean, All-Star game. So that was embarrassment to the league. Like, why even Adam Silver even thought that was a good idea? Like, I want to know, I really think Adam Silver has yes men around him, to be honest with you. I mean, like he doesn't have anyone saying, no, that's actually not a good idea. Like, what are we doing? We can't give this 7 rookies an automatic bid to an All-Star game where you're supposed to keep Sunday is such a highly prestigious event. You can't just, have these rookies be one of the members of this All-Star event. Like, that takes the shine away. I mean, and I agree with Draymond. I completely agree with Draymond that what's the point of All-Star game now? If that's the case. Are you just like, what are you doing? Like, if you're Adam Silver, That's an embarrassment.
Yeah, so the only thing I'll say here is, and I'll kind of defend Adam Silver here, this is the player's fault that you get this format. Because last year, the year before, the last year was like, what was the score? 200 something over 189, like some ridiculous score. No defense was played. None of the fans had fun watching it. East versus West, and then he also had the captain thing. Like, he's tried a lot of stuff. Don't get me wrong, the format itself is so stupid, but like, nobody cares about the All-Star game. It's not. And when I say that, I mean the players. It's not fun for them to play this game. There's nothing incentive-wise that they do that makes them want to play hard, because they don't do anything. At least in today's in yesterday's All-Star game, the only thing that would benefit was you had the rising stars that played. And imagine against the OGs. Imagine if the rising stars beat the OGs, then that brought up a little bit of that, like, we can't lose to these young kids. Like, we're the OGs. I'm Kevin Durant. I'm Steph Curry. I can't lose to these kids. So they kind of played a little bit harder when they played the rising stars. So that's my only thing, is like, as stupid as it was, it's all the players' fault. Is they're the reason why that we're in the situation they're in. Because otherwise, if they actually just gave a shit, like when Kobe played, when MJ played, Kobe was the first one that actually got a flagrant foul, remember? In the All-Star game. That never happens. And he actually got a flagrant foul because he hit, like, Dwayne Wade in the eye or whatever it was. And that's how intense it used to be. But now they're just, again, they're all just buddies. They don't care. They're some of them are forced to be there, and they're just there for no reason whatsoever, honestly. And so Amsterdam had to do something. Well, otherwise, just get rid of it.
I agree and disagree to players. I'll be honest with you, man. If you ask anybody, any NBA casual fan, right? Like, even if I asked you, Tapas, right? I wish you answered what I think you're going to answer. How do you fix All-Star game? What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Make it more competitive.
No. How? What's the format you would do if you're the commissioner for a day?
Whoever wins, like the MLB, whoever wins will get the home court advantage.
They took that away for MLB because they're like, it's All-Star. Okay, fine. It didn't go the way I wanted. It didn't go the way I wanted to. Okay, like, basically, a lot of people. Okay, if you ask them how do you change the All-Star format, Adam Silver knows this. Even players are speaking to this, right? If players are the ones, do what NHL did. U.S. versus the world. We have enough international talent in the NBA where it can go up against the U.S. players. I'm sorry to say. Right? Everybody wants that. Everybody wants that. No, and nobody wants. And Adam Silver doesn't want to change that. Why? You have enough U.S. players and you have enough international players.
Do you know why?
Because U.S. will lose.
Yes,
I know. But then that's what makes it competitive, right?
No, yes. They don't want that.
That's what makes it.
No U.S. player wants that because they know they'll get whooped by the world team. Giannis, Jokic, Luka in one team. They get whooped.
But think about it. But you know the easy answer, right? Adam Silver knows the easy answer. If you want the ratings, do that, right? Well, why go around it?
So bad for them. It is so bad. I guess you're right. You're right in the sense that, like, it's better to get that negative because the players will be outraged, right? Like LeBron's, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. They're not gonna want to lose.
No, of course not. Of course, that's their game. They're not going to lose.
But they know they're going to lose.
But what I'm trying to say is that you'll make everyone tune in because the thing is this. You're actually going up against U.S. versus the world, right? And the thing is this. That's how the game's going to be closer. That's how the game's going to be competitive. And that's where All-Star is going to get that respect back, right? Because we have enough international players. We have Shagu. We have Joker. We have Giannis. Then we have, like, a lot of players from Canada playing too, right?
Right.
Like, damn, go on the other side. Yo, LeBron, Steph. Y'all, like, all AD, Kyrie. Everyone's playing on the other side.
It's a national brand. They don't want to make them look bad, dude. Honestly,
look, think about it. Adam Silver is trying so hard to do games abroad, right? Like, I think he signed a deal with London to have, like, 5 games over there next year or 10 games or something. He's trying to try so hard to have games internationally. This is the easy answer, right? If Adam Silver really cares about ratings, really cares about All-Star Game, forget every freaking format that you're coming up with. World versus US. Let's go. Tip it up. Jump ball.
I
Tell me who's not going to tune in.
would
Tell me who's not going to tune
definitely
into that game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Because the heavy favorites would be world for sure.
Exactly. And you know what? They can have bragging rights, right? I want US to get whooped, right? So they can be like, all right, fine. Let's play seriously, That's what I'm saying. That's one easy way. Even Giannis said that. He's like, the easiest way to fix All-Star is world versus US. Everybody wants it, man. Even players are speaking
they can't do it with the Rising Stars, right?
Right. Why not just make it into the All-Star game? Make it there, right? And so
maybe that's a testing ground. Maybe he did that just to see what the reaction would be, and then now they're gonna pour it on.
It's so crazy, man. Like about 6 years ago, right? What was his name? The MLB commissioner, right? He was not popular. He wasn't doing good. The game was going down for baseball. And people were raving about Adam Silver, right? He's a great commissioner for the NBA, and all this and that. And so what MLB commissioner did is he hired Theo Espin, right? The former president and general manager for Red Sox. He gave him a title next to him saying that I need you to go to every single ballpark. I need you to analyze why people are not tuning into the game, what they want. Go ask the people out there, what is missing, right? And he made a couple of tweaks, right? The game's too long. The game needs to go faster, and we want home runs. And which is 3 things that he came back with. The game needs to go faster. Pitch clock, right? Regular season has pitch clock now. Every pitcher gets 15 seconds, right? The game needs to shorten. When it goes to extra innings, they already have a guy on second base, right? It's not start from 0-1. Second base is already awarded, so the game goes faster. With pitch clock and the guy in second base goes faster, right? Home runs. Less pitching changes. You cannot have one reliever with one hitter. Okay, a new hitter comes in, go get a new reliever. Nope, they stopped that shit right there. That's what happened in the World Series. Yankees accidentally did something and we got a free base out of it.
Right.
Less relievers, right? So pitcher gets tired, so they're gonna end up throwing a home run, right? They want more home runs. So basically he listened to the fans, right? And now baseball. The games are under 2.5 hours almost now. They're getting to 2.5 hours. Before games were above 3 hours, 3.5 hours, right? Now they're closer to 2 hours. 2.5 hours to 2 hours and 45 minutes in a good day, right? Which is perfect, right? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Adam Silver needs to listen to the fans, right? Like they did this this little celebration thing for inside the NBA at one of the timeouts, right? If you're the commissioner, why even do that? Everyone tuned in for that show. Everyone loves that show. Everyone I get it. Chug doesn't know what he's talking about. Kenny doesn't know what the hell he talks about sometimes. And Shaq just says shit, But the thing is this, people still tune in. I tuned in to Inside the NBA even when my team wasn't even playing. That's how much the show is so popular, right? And people love their takes, right? Because they're honest. And it's not like an ABC or Disney company where you can't cuss or you can't do this or do whatever. They can say whatever they want, And see, Adam Silver's not going to listen to the fans, right? Like they won Inside the NBA, right? Yeah, they're going to partnership with ESPN, but it's not going to be the same anymore. It's not the Inside the NBA from TNT. It's going to be with ESPN, so they're going to be censored more, right? So that's what I'm saying. Adam Silver is forgetting that the reason the game was so good back then. Yes, it's because of the players, but at the same time, the fans are the reason why the game's getting bigger and bigger, right? But if you don't listen to the fans and you don't give them what they want, then what are you doing as a commissioner? You're not growing the game, to be honest.
Well, I mean, it shows because the game isn't growing. None of the the ratings have significantly dropped 20-something%, right?
Exactly.
And then All-Star game just probably was even worse. And from what I remember, they said that majority of the All-Star game was all just performances.
Yeah.
You had one of the Ball brothers performing, and Kevin Hart was just taking up so much time. People were just dude, just shut up and let us play the game.
Exactly.
Having commentary, there's a lot of unnecessary distractions, but that kind of just goes to Adam Silver is trying to be like Roger Goodell in that he's trying to generate a lot of money. And that's why he turned down the Turner deal with Inside the NBA and went with ESPN because ESPN bid them more, obviously. Whereas, like you said, if you actually truly loved and understood what the fans want, they want inside the NBA. You would take less money because you would get more viewership on those Tuesday and Thursday night games because that's what they do really really well. So yeah, and ESPN, they do Wednesdays and sometimes Mondays, right? Like right now,
Wednesdays and Fridays.
Monday, Friday, yeah. So like, and it's never fun. The commentary is kind of boring. They're just so like they're blah, versus Chuck and them. I think Amstel was trying to get a lot of money out of this, and that's why he also is like the number of sponsors, number of ads they run during the All-Star game was like significantly higher than before because he's trying to get so much money generated. But at the same time, it's pissing off the actual fans who are watching the game, and that's kind of carrying on into regular season as well. Like no one, like even the regular, like I said, the baseball commissioner made all these changes to the game to make it faster to what the fans want, and NBA is still stuck on this 3 point. Everybody's shooting 3 points a game, 3 pointers, and it's essentially an All-Star game when you have like the Boston Celtics versus, I don't know, like the Warriors. It's always like just a 3 point contest. That's all it really is. Whereas they need to try to do something to change the game from within.
And like that's the thing. That's another game. Like if you look at Pro Bowl, right? People hate Pro Bowl games because people don't really play hard. That's fine. I understand about that. But Pro Bowl activities, like comparable to skills competition, like those football throws by the quarterbacks, you see those star QBs playing, man. Like Stafford was there. You're talking about like those starters who are there. Like you're not looking at backups are there. You're looking at stars actually participating, and people tune into that. Like what I'm saying. So I'm like, skills competition. You should be honored to play that, man. Like go for that, man. But they don't, man.
It's a combination of honestly, I think it's Adam Silver trying to do whatever he can to get the most money and the most views out of it, and then this also the players just not caring enough to be competitive.
And then you have 3-point competition, right? Where the hell is Steph Curry? It's San Francisco.
I know, the best shooter in the NBA.
What? Where is he? Like I understand he didn't have a good year this year so far for 3-point. Please don't go by that. I mean, it's in San Francisco. It's Steph Curry's world. Put him in the freaking 3-point competition, man. Like, where is he? Like, I'm like, come on, Buddy Hield, out of all people, come on, man.
Yeah. I mean, and like at least last year with Steph Curry, they had that one-on-one with the
WNBA.
Cool. Yeah, like that was cool. And then this year they canceled it, and she was actually kind of like upset by that. She wanted to participate, or even get Caitlin Clark out there. Honestly, that would have been really fun to see, and that would have been like really high rating. But they didn't do it.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, exactly. I looked at the roster. I'm like, how do you not have Steph Curry in this? Like, he should be an automatic every 3-point contest guaranteed until he retires.
In San Francisco, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's SF too. Like, I don't get it, dude.
But like, what are they? Who's in charge? Who did Adam Silver give this position to? That's doing this shit, man. Like making this like rules and regulation, man. This doesn't make any sense, dude. So, man. But yeah, man. I mean, but then there was a GM that kind of went off the record saying that Adam Silver is very fascinated about different types of formats and everything. That's why he has a playing format, in-season tournament. Sorry, he's really fascinated about tournaments and so he comes with different formats, where they have in-season tournaments, playing tournaments, and then all that kind of stuff, and then it's all-star game, right? Even GMs are saying like, "What is he doing?" Your own peers are saying, "Are you an idiot or what?"
Really dumb idea.
No one cares about, dude. Honestly, no one cares about in-season tournament. I care less about that shit, man. Like
exactly,
and nobody wants to celebrate because it's kind of like an embarrassing celebration.
Yeah,
you don't crown yourself.
When the Lakers won, they got clowned on for putting it up. Like, really, you're gonna celebrate that?
I don't know, man. So it's like, what are you doing if you're Adam Silver? It's like, come on, man. And then, honestly, I personally hate, the playing tournament. I hate it. I hate that. I hate that. Like, 9 and 10 are included.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, and honestly, I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh wait, aren't you a Laker fan? That's the reason Lakers got in." No, Lakers actually were 7th or 8th the whole time.
Yeah.
So don't give me that bullshit that Lakers needed the playing tournament just to make the playoffs. No, they were 7th or 8th. They were gonna make it regardless, So I hate the fact that the 9 and 10 gets a chance to. I understand why he's doing it because he doesn't want tanking to happen, right? So he kind of defeated. He defeated that. He did a great job by that because now if you look at it, except for one team in each conference, they're tanking. Besides that, everyone is still considered a
in it.
playoff team, considered, because that's all it is right now.
Yeah, I mean, and also he wanted to extend the playoffs, right? So like another week of playoff because you have the play-in tournament happening. So like it just kind of helps the overall like the length of the playoff. He wanted to have one more week extra. That's all it was, too. So, but yeah, the play-in tournament's dumb. Play the in season tournament is dumb. The All-Star, it's like there's just got to be some way of like getting back to what made basketball like great. Right, like just pure competition, like some good rival. There's no real rivalry. That's what we're missing here too. There's no rivalry. I mean, like you can say Nuggets and Lakers, but Nuggets have whooped our asses every single year, so they're not
But it's
really a
not rivalry,
rivalry.
man.
Yeah. So like we don't have like the Golden State versus Cleveland rivalry. That was a big one for a while after Kobe retired. Boston and like Boston Lakers
There's
was a
no
rival for
more.
a while too with the big three against Kobe's big three.
Like Sacramento Lakers back in the day, or
Yeah, exactly.
Portland Lakers.
We need to have some kind of
and
just make it interesting.
I don't understand this, man. So it's like
Yeah. I mean, one last thing about the All-Star game, I think this was a really weak move. LeBron bowing out an hour before the game. That's not cool. That is not cool.
to be honest with you, I agree with you completely about that, man. Look, I don't mind he doesn't play. I care less if he plays or doesn't play, but just let the league know you're not playing on Thursday. Because like I think there's a borderline players that would never even have a chance to make it. They could have made it, like
Right.
Norman Powell. Norman Powell was never going to sniff an All-Star game. He had a chance to make it, but he was a borderline out, right? He could have made it, right? So I don't know why LeBron did that.
That was a weak move.
Yeah, dude.
And like a lot of these like Norman Powell, like some of these kids, their contracts are based on All-Star game appearances too. Like, you make an All-Star game, you get $1 million kickback, whatever it is, right?
Bonus, yeah.
So like, yeah, bonuses. So like, he knows he's not gonna play. He knew he's not gonna play. Why wait an hour before and not allow Adam Silver to have a sub in?
Same thing. Same
Giannis did it. I think he did it the day before, but at least he got somebody in, and he just sat on the bench.
Same thing with Anthony Edwards. Last second scratch.
It's like, why? Why are these people doing that? It's not fair to some of these other players that it'd be the first time going in, and they'd be excited to be there. And also, it helps their contract because, hey, I was an All-Star. I should get a $500K kickback, whatever it is.
Which is great. And and it's good when like people who never made it, they make it. That would be awesome, I agree with you, man.
And see, like this is where Adam Silver needs to hold these players accountable.
He won't, man. He
can't do it to LeBron.
He wants to be on his two knees to the players, man. That's all he cares for. Hey, as long as the players' empowerment works, that's all he cares. Yeah. And he's just begging for players to like just respect him, right? He should play for the owners, not for the players, right? That's how I say it as. But I'll take it another way around. LeBron not playing. I know I'm a Laker homer.
Of course, not Laker. You're LeBron homer.
Okay, fine. No, I'm actually a Laker. I love my Lakers.
Of course.
Okay, so by LeBron doing this, he really thinks he can win a championship with the Lakers because he wants to be healthy. Because he made those comments, right? He's like, "Look, we have 30 games left, and
give me that. If he wanted to win a championship with Lakers, he wouldn't play Team USA. Like, come on, man, don't give me that."
No, but he feels like, look, I'd rather get my body right. We have a tough schedule coming in because there's two games added.
Kenil, you're the biggest LeBron James fan I know, right? You're the biggest one I know, and he is a specimen of a man. He has the best diet, the best, workout, the best. He doesn't get injured. So him resting All-Star game is not going to make a big difference because he was already rested since Wednesday. So he already had 4 days off. And his ass wasn't going to play 20 minutes. He's going to play like 5. Go out there, shoot a couple of hooks, whatever, and get out of the court.
You got to warm up. You got to get your body started.
No one's running actual plays. No, it's an All-Star game again. Like, don't give me that. If it was a fierce competition and he is like, oh yeah, I have to like work my butt off. I get it. He wants to sit out. Fine. But this is the All-Star game we're talking about. We just said it's a BS of a show. None of the players care. He doesn't care. He's the one that also enables other players not to care. So like, it's not gonna help. Come on, man. I don't buy that argument at all. He wants to rest. Okay, yeah, right.
I would ask you this next two things. It's about Draymond because Draymond is like basically on TNT, dude. Like, he's like a partnership there. So Draymond made 2 comments. I want your take on this. One, he said that they're ready to hand the keys to him as to being the head coach. I don't know if you heard that. Right? Draymond said that they told him, they kind of gave him a promise that you'll be the next head coach for the Warriors. I would now want Draymond as my head coach first of all.
He's probably gonna smack kids around.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he's talking
It's
about.
like Bobby Knight.
Yeah, and the second quote he made, and this quote went really far, where even Steph Curry even had a chuckle. He's like, he didn't say we might. He said we are going to win a championship this year. And
I mean,
that's a good confidence, right? No.
You can't blame him. You ask anybody, like LeBron will be like, yeah, we're going to win a championship. Everyone's going to say that.
No, but no one's going to, like they asked Steph after the All-Star game, right? They in the conference. They're like, so even he brought it up. He's like, we have high expectations. I just heard Draymond say that we're going to win a championship. He laughed. He's like, it's like, it's going to be a long. It's like, what do you?
It's Draymond, dude. Come on, man. You can't take anything that guy said with a grain of salt. Like, he's also just bitter that he didn't get into the All-Star game. That's another thing.
Oh yeah.
He's probably also just bitter about that because it's in his city. He usually is an All-Star, but he didn't make it this year. Yeah, so like he's also just bitter about that, honestly. So,
oh man,
I mean, it's Draymond, dude. You know he's gonna say some wild stuff, especially after getting Jimmy Butler. He's on cloud nine.
Gosh, so yeah, man, I don't know.
They'll be humbled soon. He always gets humbled. That's the best thing. Like, as much as I like Steph Curry and I like watching the Golden State Warriors play, I love it when Draymond has to shut his mouth and he goes on a podcast like after he loses, like when he loses in the playoff game. And then he has to go on a podcast that night. He's like, yeah, we didn't execute, like all the BS stuff that he has to say to like why they didn't play well. I love it because you can tell, like, otherwise he'd be like, yeah, fuck these guys. We killed them, blah, blah. But then when they lose, they're like, yeah, we didn't execute. I don't know what we did wrong. But the dude's a clown, man.
Exactly.
He just says
that's
stuff.
Crazy though.
That's why Steph Curry just like laughs. He probably hears it all the time. Like, yeah, I'm going to win the championship. I can already tell. Okay, sure. Our team is like it's like the Lakers, like bottom heavy. We don't have any big guys to contend against the actual good player like Jokic, and we don't have a good depth in our bench. You're not gonna win a championship. Lakers have a better chance than them.
You're not sold. You're not sold on Alex Linda, the addition.
Yeah, Mister. Triple single again, man. I love that. I love whenever we get triple singles in our team, and then you and our other buddy like, great pickup. Here we go. We got our big man. There we go. I was like, okay, Alex Len. If it was 2017, I'd be freaking out right now, but not anymore. I was like, this guy,
man. But what do you think about him being the next head coach or so? Whatever you said, that's kind of big comment right there.
He'd be a trouble coach. He's smart, but he doesn't have a way to inspire other coaches. I mean, not coaches, players, right? Like as a teammate, he doesn't seem like it'd be fun to play for him. Yeah. He's rowdy, he's loud. Steph is such a mature person that he gets away with it, but any other team would have dumped him a long time ago. I mean, KD didn't want to come back probably because of him.
Exactly.
Imagine they got KD back, right?
Exactly.
He didn't want to come back. Like Draymond's still there. If you get Draymond out, I'll probably consider coming in, but he's still there. So I don't see him, like, I think LeBron would be a great coach because he has a way of inspiring, and putting a lot of confidence into players, but not Draymond, dude. He'll probably try to coach, but he'll be really bad at it, honestly.
Yeah, I agree, man. To be honest with you, Rondo would be a great coach. I love Rondo.
I mean, even JJ Redick as an analyst, he speaks really well, very intelligent, takes the game seriously, right? So like you kind of saw that he could be a coach someday. I just didn't think he jumped to a head coach right away. That's why I have a beef with. But hey, here we are.
Hey man,
but he
credit.
Yeah, he's gotten there.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, there's some players you just know that they'd be like terrible coaches. Like who would you name would be a terrible coach that's currently playing?
Jordan Poole would be a horrible coach, right?
Jordan Poole.
Shoot anywhere.
And then Draymond punched.
Just shoot anywhere. Don't get punched by your veteran.
Yeah, like Dylan Brooks would be bad. Morant would probably be bad. He'd probably be like, yo, bring your guns in next week, guys.
Hide them.
KD will probably be bad because he doesn't, not a leader.
Westbrook would be horrible.
Actually, I would love to see Westbrook coach. It'd be so much fun, dude. He should be freaking out.
You should 20%. Keep on shooting. Keep on shooting.
He would get the most technicals out of all the players and coaches combined as a coach. He'd be flipping out nonstop.
Dude, so another rumor out there, man, they're saying that KD is basically gone this summer.
Yeah.
Where basically they're saying that, he could have, there was already an agreement in place for this deadline where he was actually going to go to Warriors. But the reason that didn't happen is because he said no. And so they just kind of backed off. Bringing that up, right? So I do feel Suns are going to struggle and they're going to be out, if not collapse and just be out of the playoffs, to be honest with you. So where do you think KD goes? I have a feeling that Dallas will make a move for him, to be honest with you.
Dallas would make a great move for him. They have the cap space too.
And another sleeper team that I do feel that is gonna, two sleeper teams could make a move for him. Right? Is Houston Rockets and OKC.
I feel like he would. Would he want to go back to OKC though?
But think about it. I mean, he left.
After he left that way,
and like OKC needs a veteran, like a veteran star player, and like he would be perfect. Because Durant is not the thing I learned about Durant, man, he's not a ball hog. He's a system player. Right. He's a system player. So he'll take his shots when it's there. He's not going to need the ball. Durant actually plays really well off the ball. Like, I'm surprised,
That's why he worked so well with Golden State, because
exactly.
Like,
so he will work great with Shai, he knows how to do it, And
but like, would he want to go back to OKC after what he did when he left? He left them to go to the war.
It's kind of like LeBron, right? He left to go to the Miami.
No, but you see, LeBron had this like inner thing about Cleveland. He was an Akron kid, right?
I know, but still, he did it. But come on, dude. What LeBron did is worse than what KD did. Going on national televised and being a nail biter and saying I'm going to South Beach. Like, if he can redeem himself and go back to that city and win a championship, KD has nothing to worry about it.
But yeah, if he could go, I think OKC makes the most sense. I think at the Rockets, I still wouldn't trust it, right? Yeah. I don't think they're really built. They're a young team. They got a good core group, but like, I don't think it really elevates them to the top. But I think with OKC, like that would be a really, really good place for him. Or like you said,
Mavericks.
Going to the Mavericks would be very smart. Him, Kyrie, because I think he still wants to play with Kyrie more.
Yeah.
And then AD, hopefully by then he's healthy, so next season they can make a really true run with it. That would be a stacked team, honestly.
That would be, man. So no, there was rumblings.
I'm surprised you didn't say Lakers. Knowing you big Lakers are gonna find a way.
Hey, we do have our two first round picks though, so don't forget that.
They're not gonna take that.
I just don't think because the thing is this: KD actually had an opportunity to go to the Lakers when LeBron was there because we had money for second player and second star, and that was I don't know if you remember, that was a time where KD was a free agent and Paul George was a free agent and all that, and KD actually passed up on playing with LeBron. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna play with that, So I don't think KD wants to play with LeBron as long as LeBron's there, So if LeBron wasn't there, I would put KD in that conversation,
Yeah, because I can see him wanting to play with Luka.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, man, the only reason Houston makes sense because Houston holds basically almost all of Phoenix Suns' draft picks for the next future.
Oh yeah,
and so they can trade that back. Saying, hey, give us our draft pick back. We'll give you KD. So it's like, gosh, So I don't know. That's what I was thinking, man.
The Suns really screwed themselves when they give when Bradley Beal's no trade clause. Otherwise, the Suns would have been all right. KD would have been, he probably would have still been there, but because of Bradley Beal and his no trade clause, like it screwed up the whole Jimmy Butler deal. Everything fell apart because of that.
I mean,
they had to go out and try to get Kevin Durant out.
It saved Golden State from not letting Steph Curry go. I felt that if they got struck out, Warriors, I think Curry would have been gone by offseason. He would have been gone.
Yeah. He would have been like, all right, well, it's been real, guys, but I give you a year. You still give me Draymond Green as my second option. I'm out, y'all. Screw this.
And Buddy Hield,
they apparently can't shoot threes anymore.
It was horrible.
Trash as a 3-point shooter.
He's horrible, man.
I'm glad we didn't get him, dude. Honestly, I wanted him as a Laker, but now I'm like, how he's declined. I'm like, I'm glad we didn't get him. I've been wasting money.
Looking back at it, man, it's like, okay, I'm glad to, dude. It worked out. All
right, we got any? I know you have some NFL news. I think Myles Garrett is the biggest one.
So there's Myles Garrett is one of the biggest ones, but I think another one that's been kind of rumbling in this past couple of days. I don't know if you heard. my boy Matthew Stafford getting
yes.
traded to the New York Giants for the 3rd pick overall and like a haul of picks. What I heard, it's like it'll be a 3rd pick plus a 4th pick plus something else. I'm like, what the? Look,
What are the Rams doing, man? Explain your team to me.
honestly, I wouldn't mind because
What?
yeah, you know why? Look, hear me out. Look,
I gotta hear
I have
this.
okay. I have no idea why they're letting Cooper Cup even go. To be honest with you, right? I love Cooper Cup, man. I'm sorry, I love that guy, dude. That guy, we drafted him, we made him what he is right now. He played well with Goff, he played well with Stafford, right?
He's still a good player.
He's still in his prime, right? I don't know why Rams are giving up on him. Like he's honestly, whichever team he goes to, man, I'm gonna be jealous because Cooper Cup can play, right? But I do feel that Matthew Stafford, he wants a bigger deal, and Rams, I don't know if they want to give him a bigger deal. And I think what Rams are trying to do is hear the whole thing out, man. Like, I know this is going to be really hard.
I'm here.
Okay, so Rams know they can still compete, right? And so they're like, okay, fine. If we can get a 3rd overall pick and plus a couple other picks for Matthew Stafford from Giants, trade that 3rd pick and get more future draft picks for later years, because I think Rams, they would rather want to draft Archie Manning, which is in a year or 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Until then, their plan is that they think that they can, if they can pair up Sean McVay and Rodgers together, they want to see what that could be that could be done, right? So they know Rodgers is going to be available, right? So they feel that bring in Rodgers for a year or maybe or 2. See what Sean McVay can do, see where we can go, right? Because this roster is still good enough to make noise in the playoffs. And and everyone knows Rodgers is not done because the way he did what happened in Jets, everyone's gonna remember that. So he wants to turn that around. So Rodgers will be in best behavior. If we can do that domino effect, I agree. We can, I don't mind doing it. Trading him for a 3rd pick and then trading that 3rd pick for future picks and then, moving up in the draft, So I don't know. That's what I see it, man. But
isn't the whole Rams thing F them picks?
It was
Isn't that your whole
when the Super
motto?
Bowl. Yeah, back then though, man. Not anymore. We were 2 in the Super Bowl, but not anymore, right?
So now you want to keep them picks?
Well, yeah. I mean, because I'll be honest, we're nowhere near a Super Bowl favorite.
Isn't that the first thing I told you when they won? I told you, why would you get rid of your picks? Your future. For one Super Bowl, don't get me wrong, you got your Super Bowl. But
it was
for
worth
one
it, man.
Super Bowl,
It was worth it.
No.
But it was
for
only
COVID
for the
Super Bowl.
But you know what? During that time, we were actually contending, right? So those picks didn't really come to where we need it, so it's fine.
Okay.
But now we have our picks. That's the thing.
Here's what I have to say about this. Okay, Matthew Stafford is a top 5 QB, interchangeable with Jalen Hurts. We talked about last week.
Yeah,
it's him or Jalen Hurts, one of them, right? You're gonna give up a top 5 QB in the league who's still good, who's still producing, who doesn't cause any drama, who gets injured but still plays through it.
Yeah,
he's that committed. Like in Detroit, you saw how banged up he was, but he still played every single game. You're gonna give all that up to get Aaron Rodgers and a few picks.
Dude, that's a lot.
While your coach is always hinting at retirement.
Dude,
he's every year he's a Rodgers, right? He's Rodgers. Like this year he did something for the conference game, right? He was an analyst for them. He's trying to get in there. Maybe that's what I want to do if the Rams. So do you have faith that Sean McVay, because without Sean McVay, your team is not going anywhere? Right?
Hell no, man.
He's one of the best QBs, one of the best
coaches. He's everything, yeah.
Right. So do you trust that you give him Aaron Rodgers, who's a head case, who's probably not even top 10 QB now? Plus, hey, we're in the future, 3 years down the line, we're going to give you all these picks. And we may or may not get something in between. Or would you just say, hey, you just have a top 5 QB right now in Matthew Stafford. You have a potential, one of the best receivers in the game. All you had to do, you were one block away from the Super Bowl potential, because I think they would beat the Commanders. You were one block away from the Super Bowl, and you're going to give all that up for Aaron Rodgers. Is there hopeful thing? I'm sorry, man. That's if I'm Sean McVay, I'd be like, I'm out. I don't want this.
Dude,
Y'all are crazy for giving me this.
honestly, if you can get third pick in the draft, man. Because, dude, honestly, the value for Matthew Stafford is not really a third pick.
But look at the top 3 right now, right?
No.
Top 3 quarterbacks, right? Besides Jaden Daniels and CJ Stroud, no one has done stuff.
No, I agree with you.
You're not guaranteed Matthew Stafford numbers.
No, I agree with that. I completely agree with that, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like looking down the future. So, I mean, if that's the game that they want to play, I mean, obviously McVay has to sign off on that, just to be like, all right, let's do it. But,
Yeah, but
I mean,
he's always every year, dude. The dude's like, I don't know. I gotta think about it. He's not fully invested unless the team's contending, right? This year was the biggest challenge, and again, you were one block away from the Super Bowl.
I know.
And I think that Rams team could beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, our defense was good too.
Yes.
Like that defense was
that same defense probably would have showed up against the Chiefs, right? So like you were right there.
Yeah, I know,
so
man.
why would you throw everything you have?
See, I still don't get why. See, I still don't get why they let Cooper Kupp go though.
Yeah, that I don't know. Maybe there's some internal thing that there's a beef between him and Sean McVay, whatever. Maybe get rid of Cooper Kupp and get somebody in return, and maybe then you get like Myles Garrett. Maybe they might want you guys can get Myles Garrett and give a Cooper Kupp. That's a good trade. Good trade.
What do you where do you think Myles Garrett goes, man? I'll tell you one team. I'll tell you one team that needed him the most. Commanders.
Isn't that the number one the destination that they're saying? That or was it
Cowboys?
I had heard Philly for AJ Brown. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Cowboys will be in it.
But he left Cowboys. He got dumped by Cowboys, right? Didn't he get dumped by Cowboys, Myles Garrett? Like
no, he got drafted. No. He got drafted by Cleveland. Yeah.
Was it Myles Garrett a Cowboy before?
No, number 1 overall pick. No. Cleveland.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I don't know why I remember him in Cowboys for some reason. I don't know. I mean, they said the Ravens potentially. I feel like there's a lot of people who. I mean, he is one of 2 best defensive players in the game. So somebody who needs to he'll go to a contender. Why not? Why wouldn't the Rams try to do that? Trade him for Cooper Kupp?
Dude, imagine him with our defensive line, dude.
Exactly.
With Verse.
You're right there. Your team is right there, brother.
Fisk and Kobe Turner. With Kobe Turner, Verse, Fisk. Oh my god, dude. That's like, dang, dude. How are you gonna block them? How are you gonna block them boys?
Exactly.
Sheesh. Gosh.
So I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Let me ask you a question going back to the NBA, right? So I heard this on Bill Simmons' podcast, who hates the Lakers. Bill Simmons, the Boston homer, Celtics homer. So I like this trade idea, right? He's like, the way NBA draft goes, right? If you're OKC Thunder and you hold so many draft picks, why not trade like future 10 first-round picks? Because they have like literally like 30 first-round picks. Why not trade like 10 first-round picks? Like, for example, in this case, Wizards get the first-round pick, right? Why not go to Wizards and tell them that, hey, give us your number 1 pick, and we'll give you 10 first-round picks, and go draft Cooper Flag. Because think about it, Sam Presti's whole motto is like keeping players in their contract terms of rookie contracts, right? Keeping the salary cap down. Right, because you're gonna be paying Shai Alexander soon. You're gonna be paying one of the Williams for sure, and Chet Holmgren for sure, right? And that's coming up soon. So why wouldn't you not just trade 10 picks, right? Think about it. If you're a Wiz, would you turn that down? Like if someone says that I'll give you 10 first-round picks for your first pick.
If it's a Wizards, they would do it because they have no incentive to be
I think anybody would do it, though. Anybody would do it. 10 first-round picks?
Yeah, I guess it depends on who the team is, right? Like, if it's Chicago, they may not.
You're talking about 1/3 of a goddamn league, dude. You can have first-round picks of. And honestly, any of them can suck any given time. And you're going to be getting a good lottery pick.
Yeah. That's a good idea. I mean, that would definitely put OKC over the top again. I mean, they're already number 1 in the West. So like, I mean,
if I was a GM of a team, right, and OKC came to me, we'll give you 10 first-round picks. I will say this: the only way I'll trade you my number 1 overall pick, which is Cooper Flag, is if I get to choose that 10 picks, which team I want, like which team that you guys own the rights for. I want to choose that team because think about it. If they give you Celtics, if they give you Celtics or Memphis
or
Grizzlies,
Nuggets or
they're not
whatever.
worth
Yeah,
anything because they got John Moran, they got Tatum on that side. For the next 10 years, they're not gonna suck. But
right.
if you have like Charlotte Wizards,
Pelicans.
Atlanta, I want those picks. Those
Yeah,
because those will actually be turning into something else.
right.
That's what I would do. And I mean,
That would be smart. That would be very smart because Cooper Flag is a generational talent too.
yes, but with 10 first round picks. And I kind of agree with Bill Simmons. Like, if you're OKC, what are you gonna do with all those draft picks? You
Yeah,
can't
no.
draft all those players. I'm sorry to say, dude.
You're
like
gonna
some
start cutting people.
like some of the years they have like 2 or 3 first round picks.
I
Where
mean,
the hell are
do
they
you
gonna
think
stash
they
them?
hold on to it to get some big league?
But they haven't though. That's the thing. They
Giannis or
haven't, right? Like they haven't,
KD.
dude. Think about it. Okay, I know. You think I'm okay. I like Karl Anthony Towns, and he was available, right? Everyone knew he was available. He would have been a perfect fit along with Chet Holmgren and Shai Alexander.
100%. Yeah.
Right? Like that would have no one can beat them because you have Carl and Chet Holmgren back. Oh, dude, come on, OKC still didn't do shit about it, man. I mean, why wouldn't you not go after him? Like
that's true. I don't know what they're planning with all these picks. I mean, unless they start using them to get like a major move, I have a hard time. If you could give me 10 picks for Karl Anthony Towns, I would do it because he's a Cooper Flag. I don't know if like he's a guaranteed star. Like Wemby is a guaranteed star.
Well, he has
you can tell, right?
Yeah,
right. But like
Cooper Flag,
he could be. I mean, he has everything you need to see in him to be a good player, but there's just no guarantee with him.
He's rated that like where he's going to be like a once in a generational kind of player too. So.
Yeah, but everyone said that about a lot of
people said that people said that about Zion. Zion did not train to shit, dude.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. Yeah, Zion can't keep his mouth away from the food. But yeah, dude. Like, but if it's a big time player, then dude, they should go. I mean, you're right. I think Colin Town would have been a great way to utilize that, or like Jimmy Butler if you want to do that.
Dude, if you would have given Minnesota like freaking like 5 first round picks, 4 first round picks for Carl,
like Pat Riley would love all those picks. He would have loved it because he's always looking to the future kind of guy too.
Yeah,
and he drafts well. So like you giving him a bunch of those picks for a Jimmy Butler during the trade deadline would have been also really smart too.
Exactly. That's
true. I don't know. That's a good point. I don't know what they're doing with these picks. They should do something though. They got to make a splash.
I mean, come on. If they get knocked out again in the second round, but if they get knocked out in the second round again, what are you gonna do?
Exactly. The back-to-back years, number 1 is seed, and you still get knocked out second round. You're not there yet. You got to start making some move with these picks.
I know what's gonna happen. The coach is gonna be gone first. So
why?
He's good. He's really
good. Keep him there.
Yeah, but they'll blame it on the coach, and then they'll bring someone else in, and then
they're still a young team. There's no guarantee with them. Like we talked about earlier. Like and now with the Nuggets catching fire, like you can't trust it.
So yeah, man. I mean,
that's true. I didn't even think about that honestly. Like, they do have a lot of picks. They got a haul for Paul George. Remember,
I'll tell you right now, dude. If OKC can play their cards right, they can be a dynasty tomorrow. Like if they can offer if they even offer 8 first round picks to Denver for Jokic, how is Denver gonna turn that down?
It's Jokic, dude.
But still, you gotta look at the future.
It's Jokic, dude.
You gotta look at the future.
Yeah, for sure. But
if you get 8 to 10 first round picks, you're the GM.
But
you're the GM where your responsibility is think about this is what Pelinka had to do. Pelinka's like, damn, I love AD. But you're giving me Luka.
Right.
Like you think about what he had to do. Imagine what when it's like, dude, LeBron's gonna kill me for this, but you're giving me Luka. Like that's a decision you gotta make, dude. It's like,
yeah, for sure. You know,
if you're the GM,
they can try to do. What I would love to see is what they can try to do is break apart Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Offer them the 10 picks for Jaylen Brown. Break it up. That'd be hilarious. As a Laker fan and as a Boston not fan, I would love that, dude. And then Bill Simmons would be like, I didn't mean to do like this guy. I didn't mean for them to use it on us.
That'd be hilarious, dude. That'd be great. They are lacking like a small forward / like, I mean they have Williams, but like a shooting guard, a good one. So
but yeah, Brown would be good for that team too.
Or Tatum, man. Tatum, Shai, Ed Williams, and Chad, and Hartenstein. Woo!
That team is stacked, dude.
Good night tomorrow, man. Holy shit.
All right, dude. Well,
All right, brother.
let's just end it there. But more basketball on the way.
Exactly.
Hopefully now that All-Star game is done, things start to pick up.
Exactly.
As you know, we will keep you guys updated every week on Monday or Tuesday, depending on the schedule.
Exactly.
We'll see you guys then.
Peace.
Peace.
Yes.